Come with me, and you'll see. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Holy name university. I wanna be. Open my mind. I can be that I wanna be. Realizing dreams.
Good morning. Hold on. Let me stop that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the InFocus series of Holy Name University, brought to you live from the Marketing and Advertising Office. InFocus is a series of virtual panel discussions to present to our stakeholders, our future um, enrollees, our current enrolled students, alumni, the faculty and staff, the administration of Holy Name University, the SBD fathers, our colleagues, recent, valuable, up-to-date, relevant information related to different programs of Holy Name University. Today, we have the InFocus Graduate School, specifically of the College of Education, part two, with our panelists from the current enrolled postgraduate students, both international and local. So without further ado, let us welcome the panelists to this InFocus series of Holy Name University. Um, may I present the panelists to you? Let's start with the introductions, a round of introductions of the panelists. By the way, this is Miss Vera Villucido, the Marketing and Advertising Officer of Holy Name University, also currently teaching in the College of Education as in the graduate school program, teaching Master of Science in Education, major in Science Education, all the science-related subjects. So let's welcome the panel to this InFocus series. We'll start with the our students, the postgraduate students from Bohol. Let's hear it from Mom Florenda Racasa of Duero National High School. A round of introduction.
Hello, everyone, especially to my classmates in the US and all over the world. So I'm Florenda Racaza. I'm actually from Valencia, but I'm based in Duero National High School. I have lots of things to share, both internationally and my experience here and abroad. So again, hi, hello world, and I look forward to an engaging activity for this day.
Thank you very much. We have Mr. Fernando Enad.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Fernando Enad. I'm currently connected with DepEd as a senior high school teacher, particularly at San Agustin National High School, Sagbayan, Bohol.
Yes, thank you very much. And your other work in the at Bohol?
Yeah, on top of my teaching stint at the division, I was also designated as the head of the task force ICT platforms, and part of my job is to oversee the ICT trainings to upskill the teachers, particularly to upgrade themselves in order to be able to brave through the challenges of the new normal in teaching. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have Mr. Neil Cajes.
Yes, hello everyone. Good morning. I am Neil Nolan Kahis and I am from Talibon. I'm presently connected at Talibon Polytechnic College. I'm presently the program head of Bachelor of Arts in English Language, the same time the acting dean of the School of Liberal Studies. And I'm just so happy and blessed to be here. Thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you. And welcome to this InFocus series. And we have Mr. Robin Parohinog.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mr. Robin Parohinog from Diabat State High School. I am currently the grade 11 coordinator. At the same time, I am the work immersion coordinator of our school. So in Ubay, Bohol. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And then we have our international. Did we have everybody already? Maggie from the Philippines, from Bohol. Okay, and we have our international students. We call them international because they're based in other parts of the world, particularly in the US. And so let's welcome Miss Chona Dorano from New York.
Hi, good morning. I'm Bundag. I'm from, I teach in New York City. I'm a special ed education teacher. That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. And we have Anne Gonzaga.
Sound, sound and
You're still on mute.
Okay, I'm like my students. You gotta unmute yourself. Yes, good morning, good morning, Philippines, and good evening to New York. My name is Anne Gonzaga, and I'm currently working for Pathways to Graduation, and it's an alternative schools and programs in New York City. I'm the math teacher, and in addition to that, I'm the instructional leadership team committee, and I'm also part of Access Leadership team. So my school actually worked for servicing the students who are dropped out. Most of them are over age, never graduate high school. So that's what I'm here for. And looking forward to this engaging conversation.
Yes, thank you very much. It's a mix of graduate students in the local scene in Bohol in the Philippines and abroad. So we have Miss Norma Pareha. Sorry.
Pariha.
And good morning, everyone. My name is Norma Pariha. I'm working in Maryland in Akakik Academy. Our school is talented and gifted from K to 8. So thank you. It's an honor to be part of this engagement tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. And we have Miss Cecilia Rodriguez.
Hi, good afternoon, Texas and New Mexico, and good evening, New York, and good morning, Philippines. This is Cecilia Rodriguez. I am currently teaching in Pekin High School that is located in the heart of Manhattan, Times Square. I just completed my 17 years being a physical education teacher in New York. Looking forward for this conversation, guys.
Thank you very much. And let me bring everybody in. We also asked the panelists from the previous InFocus for the part 1 to join us in the conversation because they have been the ones very much responsible in inviting the panelists today, at the same time enrolling, inspiring them, inviting them to enroll at Holy Name University. So let's say hi to Maggie here.
Hi, so it's us again, and now the group is bigger and maybe louder and maybe happier. So looking forward to this conversation. I'm Maggie Sarmiento and work in the same school with Chona, High School for Law Advocacy. I'm gonna go 16th year teaching living environment, science, all other science classes, and counting for more. And with my journey back in Holy Name University is gonna be more exciting. So yeah,
Thank you very much. And we have Alfred.
Hi, good evening. So I'm here to support everybody in this conversation, and I'm from I work at Houston, Texas, as an elementary math teacher, 5th grade, and will be my 12th year. And luckily, Vera Hill Eric has enrolled already, my new recruit. So that's a great news. At least I have brought one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And we have Christina from New Mexico.
Hi, everyone. Good morning and good evening here in the US. So it's me again, Maria Cristina Ongkog.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Everybody has been introduced. We asked our other teachers, the dean, Dr. Bongkak, also to join us, and Miss Jer and Ma'am Nonet Pabalan. But apparently, even if it's Saturday, it's a working day, half day at Holy Name University, and they have their other admin official concerns to handle, so they cannot join us. But they will be watching the recording asynchronously later in both the Facebook page official Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So if they have questions, they can ask it later. So by the way, for the benefit of the panelists, this is live on Facebook, and I have your permission to record this, and this will be uploaded also in our YouTube channel. Should the others, our avid fans, our followers have any questions, they can just feel free to type it in the Facebook page, and we will handle them later. So without further ado, let's deep dive into conversations about your our panelists' lives in the Philippines and abroad. So first question, tell me about your work, in your current work, the high moments, the high points, and the challenges. Let's hear it from, let's start with the US first, and then go into our local students. Let's hear it from Anne.
Hello again. Am I okay?
Yes.
Just
yeah,
making
yeah.
sure that I'm not mute. I mean, I'm muted.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity of working in the Philippines for almost 13 years before I came to the United States. So I worked as, I actually had a chance of working in the local government unit as well as a tourism officer. So it was a different experience. And then working into the Department of Education, I was a physics teacher at the time, and I have like 50, 100 students in a classroom, and I can actually hear my shoes when I walked in the classroom. And then moving to the United States, in the US, especially in New York, teaching in the heart and in the inner city of New York City, you're gonna have a very different environment. So when I came to New York in 2005, actually I passed the interview in 2003 and couldn't come because, you know, in the Philippines, nobody believes that really the US, they're hiring teachers. So I was able to process my papers in 2005. So when I came here, it was you know, you grew up in Bukidnon, you grew up in mountains in a province and coming to the city, so it's a different environment. So I first worked in a suspension site, so that was my first assignment. I was working with middle school kids, and you know, it's a lot of challenges. Kids here, I call them kids because I take them as my kids. They're my daughters, they're my sons. They will try you. So especially they know that you're not from here, they'll try you, like, let's try this teacher, like the patience, how far can she go? So, but the one thing that I see, the students here, they care. They don't have the environment that we're lucky Filipinos, we have the family. Family is the basic unit in the Philippines. Like we value education. We start education from home. That's what's lacking in New York. So my students don't have family, that some of them don't have the family that they can call. So they don't have that respect. That was the challenge. But when they see that you actually care for them and you're there because you want to help them, they're very empathetic. So right now I'm working with Pathways to Graduation. My students are 17 to 24 years old. It's so funny that when one day my supervisor came, Maggie, just tell me to stop, okay? So my supervisor came to my classroom and she couldn't find where am I, because my students were like 6 foot high. And so one student in my front, you couldn't find me. I'm 5 foot tall. My students are like 6 foot, 7 foot. So, but you know, they will defend you. I have new students coming in and they will try you, they'll make fun of you. My students will be the one to tell them, don't ever say that to my teacher.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I value, and the experiences. Yes, you get challenges, but as you go through, these kids are amazing. So
Yes.
that's why I love my job.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah,
why
no.
you're and that's why you're enrolling to better and improve our delivery of instruction.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, we're gonna wait for that, or I can talk about that now.
Well, later.
But
Thank you. Yes, thank you. We'll get back to that question later. Thank you very much. I can pretty much relate, and I have so many experiences myself. Let's hear it from Miss Chona.
Hi, good. It's me again. Okay. One of the challenges I have is that before I moved to New York, I was in Louisiana for almost 10 years. And to that, as special ed, this is what we don't know when we were in Philippines as you study special education. Yeah, we know about behavior problem kids, but we don't have that much in the Philippines dealing with special ed students. So when I started in Louisiana, I was dealing with behavior problem students. When you talk about behavior problem students, those are the kids, still we call them kids, even if I'm dealing with them in high school. They're the ones that are who just in and out from jail. So that's where my students on my first year. So I was dealing with students who basically, parents don't care about them. So you have to, as Ms. Annabelle would say, that the students will care when they see that you have empathy. When you show, as Filipinos, we want to show as much as that, it's not only doing our job, but showing them that we care. And that's when the student will start to respond to you. That's one of the really hard thing for students who did not experience that firsthand in their house. So yeah, and moving on to New York from the rural areas in Louisiana and moving to New York. In New York, you gotta have, in terms of content, because as a special ed teacher, I was doing more of behavior problem students. Now that I'm in New York, I have to amp up my learning in terms of how I learn math, science. You'll be thrown to different subjects. As a special ed teacher, you'll not be just in one subject. You'll be in math, science, you'll end up teaching. My first year, I was teaching 5 different content. I was teaching algebra 1, 2, geometry, and science and English. So that's in 1 year. I had to grow right away and learn all of those things. It was a lot, but yeah, Miss Maggie, I survived.
Yes. We will survive more.
Yes.
That's
So this is in one class.
She's in my school.
Together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And they each have personal learning plans that you have to.
Yes, you have to do modifications. You have to. It's a lot of work. You have to do different things for each student. So yeah.
And then you have your parent conferences. And
yes. Plus you're doing IEPs. So you'll be
Yeah.
And then are these students for mainstreaming or
we don't have what we call mainstream. We have what we call it is what we call ICT class, where they are in a regular class setting. So they will learn the same as the regular students. So your challenge is as like, for example, as an Algebra 1 teacher, how are you going to modify that for students who doesn't even know how to basic math? So like they don't even know 1 times 1. And then
you
you're
guys
teaching
should just
algebra.
tell me hi.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. And then we have Miss Cecilia.
Yes.
Hi. So I
Hi.
have different challenges and highs coming from the Philippines. Our culture, our family orientation, our classroom management is totally different. Especially that my very first two, I only had 2 years teaching experience in the Philippines, was in University of San Carlos Girls High School in Cebu. So from there, directly coming here at the very young age of 24, I was the youngest in the group. It was so hard. So the very first year, the hardest struggle that I encountered was dealing with the culture. I keep telling myself every night. I went home to New Jersey because I used to live in New Jersey, but I was teaching in Manhattan before. I went home crying and telling myself, why am I here? I was already happy in Girls High. Why am I here? And then that, why am I here? I'm here now for 17 years. My very first year, my very first school here was an international school. So the challenges in classroom management was different. It's more on understanding the languages because it's an international school, and you know our accent is very heavy, and and then also my students, they are coming from China, from Africa, from India. So imagine new immigrants to New York. It was an international school. I think we got along pretty much in that sense because we can do sign language if verbally we cannot understand each other. So that was a challenge. 6 years. And then I moved to a transfer school. So I can totally relate what Shona and Anne mentioned about the empathy and sympathizing, and parents just doesn't care at all for 8 years. And then now I am in a public school, elite public school in New York City. So it is middle and high class. The challenge here is different because from international school to a transfer school, which was mostly Black and Hispanic kids, and now it's mostly white students. It's more so parents. It's like the parents are the one pushing you to do your best, even if you've already done your best. You have to prove to them, not just the students, not just your admin and your co-teacher. It's also the parents. It's extremely different from the transfer school before. Parents, I'm telling you, like, for example, Keanu Reeves' niece used to go to that school that I went, and the ex-mayor of New York, Giuliani, nephew also went to that school. So that type of kids environment is the one that I'm currently dealing with. So, and also I am currently, yes, it is so much pressure, to the point that once I will open our school email, I will make sure that I have a good morning first, really good morning with a coffee, boost up my energy, and maybe pray and maybe exercise before reading that, because I refuse to starting my day checking emails, because once my mood change at 8 o'clock in the morning, it will go through until 8 p.m. and until I go to sleep. So I need my sanity. So exercise and coffee really help. Another challenge is I was never a varsity coach. So when I came to this school as the only female PE teacher, I was nominated by the students. So the students has power. Wow. They nominated me to the principal, to the athletic director, and to coach volleyball and softball varsity. It's also a different challenge, but to me, it's more so stress reliever from 8 to 3 o'clock classroom, that it diverts my attention to a different stress, or and it's not a negative stress, but it's more on responsibility and challenges because I've never done that, and this school and this group has been on the top rank in New York City. So that's a different challenge that I have, and highs also.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. Did you know my Ate Lorna Parotina, also from Girls High and in Maryland? No? She was also from...
here for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, only 2 years.
Okay. She probably left when you were in Girls High. Okay. Miss Norma?
Hi, good morning once again. My sharing today is not only something struggles, or I'm gonna share something to you differently. Now, this is my 25 years as a PE teacher. I've been working in Hingog City.
Oh, silver.
I've been working in 10 years in Hingog City and 2 years in Cebu Normal University. Now, I remember, I want to share it to you, the interview, until now, it's still in my mind. The team who interviewed me, they asked me, if you are working without any equipment as a PE teacher, what will you do? Oh, it's a bit, I said, oh my goodness, because based on my experience, I handling a student teacher, a PE teacher before and major in PE. So I said, oh, if my topic is softball, I'm going to make a paper ball, paper bat, paper glove, just to introduce the skills in softball. So I think that's a big impact to them with my answers, because they never know, because never thought that my answer is like that, because they said, oh, how come you say that? Because I was in the school without any equipment. That's why I know that as long that you are innovative, as long that you are going to find a ways how you are going to introduce and having fun with your kids, it's simple. So when I came to New York in 2004, I've been here in Europe for 4 years as a high school PE teacher, and it's really hard for me because my family went back home on that 3rd year, and I said, do I need to go back home? So I have a lot of utang, I can't go home yet. So my friend asked me to go Maryland. I'll go to Maryland because I find a ways how my family back here with me, because it's really hard to work without a family. So my friend asked me, why don't you go back to Maryland? So I'm in Maryland right now, and this is my 17 years in Maryland. And back in 2010, I was awarded an outstanding teacher in my school. Maybe it's because I am building a good relationship with the students, with the principals, administrators, teachers, and everybody in the building, even the custodian. They know me. I just smiled and I say good morning, and they know me. And so in 2011, because of my program in PE, I had a lot of activities in PE that they never experienced before. So I awarded as Teacher of the Year again. So it was a surprise for me. And then when my assistant principal moved to the school with a talented and gifted school, she asked me, why don't you come here in our school? Because we need you here. So now I'm in talented and gifted school right now. And when I arrived there in September, the following months of December, I was awarded again as Teacher of the Month of the
Wow, baby.
You know what would happen? I love my work as long that you are building a community, building a relationship with your kids, and you just do whatever you want that makes them happy, learning well, enjoying. So I think even though you're not showing to anyone, I'm doing like this, but people can see you, can hear you, can do the rest of what they can hear to me in the gym. And then back of 2000 last year, I was awarded as frontliners, foreign workers in USA in back to 2020, and as a parent. So it's some coming into America, just a lot of opportunities, not only by ourselves, but our family, but everyone. As long that you love your work, as long that mo nang giingon nga trabaho daghan bagut-but ginagmay, trabaho, and then just be happy. I'll just be happy. And then my principal asked me, don't worry, Norma, I know that you have a lot of experience with a lot of struggle with our kids because of their behavior, but don't worry, the kids loves you so much. They participate you, they love PE. Every time they're so excited to come into PE because you introduced them a very exciting and fun activity. So, and my principal said, don't worry, every day is another day. If you have a bad day today, next day is another day. And whenever it's a bad day, as long that you are always positive energy that you are going to show to the school and to yourself and to everybody, everything will be fine. Smile always. Mauro giding akong baraha, mag-smile always. Even how hard it is, smile all the way good. So thank you for my sharing to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now let's hear it from Mom Florenda Rakasa.
Okay, so my story is a combination of like happiness and a challenge. I don't take academic challenge as something negative. So I have also in my mind my experience in abroad, as in overseas and in the Philippines. If you ask me about high moments, I would credit to my international experience. You know, I am a balikbayan, balik turo, and a balik leader in the Philippines. In 2008, I left for Bahrain. I used to teach in international school there, and of course, 3 years after, I went to Dubai as an adult English trainer. So I was teaching all the nationalities out there. So I think it's the hardest challenge I could share is that when I went to Bahrain, I was already like a master teacher in English and waiting for a principal position already. So I have already like high expectations in my mind. So, but when my brother told me you can explore the world and I have also personal problems, I tried to tell myself, why not explore? And then I went to Dubai. But only what shocked me, of course, number one challenge is how to deal with my students. You know, in the Philippines, when a teacher is like trying to say, discipline their students, then they just say, okay, they just bow their head something, they just react to you positively. But abroad, oh my God, the hardest thing that it's not about how to teach, because I know I'm confident of my competence and my my ability. But the thing is, when you are a beginner, they will test you as what they have shared to you. They will test you, they make fun of you, and even there were even teachers from UP, they joined our school, and after 3 days, they just resigned. They could not bear the discipline thing. So I had to earn my students, and the principal told me, you don't have to show them to your students that you are weak. You need to assert yourself. It took me like 2 years to adjust myself, because I am the kind of teacher who's like, I do not insult, I do not shout at my class. I am a very, like, I should say, a passionate teacher. I don't shout, but in dealing with mostly like international schools, mostly majority of the Arabic people, it's not really something that you have to say like you're in a demure, a very soft-spoken teacher. You should be assertive. You should be brave. You should be courageous. There was a class in my life when I was in Dubai. So there was somebody like an intelligent, a smart, really like student of mine, an adult and a manager of a hospital. He came to my class, and then I think I could not really forget what he said to me. He just told me, okay, miss, because they always tell their teacher, miss, teach me something I don't know. Can you imagine? Okay, miss, I graduated from UK and everything. I know everything grammar. I just need to polish my English skills. You know, the same with Mom Cecil. I need to like adjust myself, like accent one and everything. I need to show that I am also competitive when it comes to ability. I have the master on everything. And this is what I was hoping for. Like when I was in Dubai, I had wished we have the online postgraduate studies like this, because I want to be competitive, like education-wise, because that time I still have master out. I have to freeze almost 30 years of my education because I have to prioritize my kids who are also graduates of Holy Name University. I have to prioritize them. I have to make them first earn their degree before I have to finish mine. So I think to be away from the family and try to go to a place like you feel like, oh my God, I have a friend who is working in the saloon and she's even earning higher than I am. You know, in UAE and in Bahrain, you don't earn that much. Not like the US. Like they treat you so, oh my God, because I'm a beginner, you said, okay, you have to go from scratch. And can you imagine, when I came to Dubai, I was already most outstanding teacher of the Philippines by the Metrobank Foundation. I was already the most outstanding school paper advisor of the Philippines and all the other national awards. So I felt like I'm confident I can face the world, but here I come to the reality. Oh my God, there's nothing like that. You have to prove yourself from zero until you earn the respect. That was the school that I have to do the hosting, the singing, the department, all those multitasks. But I tried to rise over it because I believe that like teaching is my calling and my mission. And ma'am, I really have to thank HNU because HNU has been my home since I was in high school. I had 2 years in here. I graduated my undergrad here and my master. I enrolled twice my thesis 2, thrice my thesis 1 because I have to travel here and there because I don't have time. The challenge is trying to balance my work and my studies, and there's nothing like online before. So again, I told myself, if only I had already like the doctoral degree before, I think with head up high, I know competence-wise I have it. Attitude-wise, I have it. But when you want to be competitive, I think the answer is you have to be equipped, not really like questioning that if you don't have the doctoral degree, then you don't have the competence, but it is also an edge, especially in DepEd, mom. Everybody, if you want promotion, you should be equipped education-wise like this. So I think I just have to summarize my 3 challenges. Number 1 is adjusting myself, the discipline of the student, and you have to rise over the challenge. You have to be confident. And everything that I learned in life is that I don't retreat from a battle. I mean, I am a single parent of 3 kids. I don't have a husband, but I smile. I deal positively all my problems. And I thank Holy Name University for having this kind of platform, mom, because, I had dreams. 30 years I've been waiting for this. From master's degree to doctoral, it's like almost 30 years waiting because I have to prioritize my kids. So thank you very much for this. And another thing, I have reunited my friends here online because I know Mamagi, I know Chris, and all the others, Sir Alfred, and I do not expect that I have to meet them online. I gain friends, I have new families, and I have platforms to express myself because nothing much to highlight about my Philippine experience because I did not encounter a little bit much challenging in the Philippines because I manage my teachers well, I manage my students before, but I am a very competitive school head. This is my problem. I have high expectations on everyone, but I'm trying to adjust myself because my school is small and we have limited finances, but my mind is soaring high. I want to do this and that, but I'm trying to slow down a bit. So again, thank you, classmates, and thank you for the platform, ma'am, and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you very much for sharing. And currently, you're the principal of
Duero National High School.
National High School.
Yes,
and how many years have you been in that position?
I just rejoined, not yet 1 year. I'll be 1 year in September because I am a balikban. I joined DepEd like 2 years ago. Rejoined, by the way. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're on the same boat, mga balik teachers.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And we have Sir Neil.
Yes, we're having so much fun with Ma'am Rakas. Always like that in our class. That's why we're having so much fun. Well, anyway, I am from Talibon Polytechnic College, and today is the foundation day of our college, the 4th foundation day, July 17th. But because it's Saturday, we celebrated it yesterday. It's a very small college. We have 5 programs, and we have like 1,000 students as of the moment. And most of the students are from the island because Talibon is composed of 13 island barangays and 12 mainland barangays, and we have students coming from those areas. And during this time of pandemic, the challenge is the online platform because It's not just impossible, it's not applicable. Not applicable. Do we have that resources already? We have this good programs online, platforms online, but sometimes we cannot use it because they cannot access, students cannot access, and we cannot force them also to have it. So we are into modular program, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it slowly, one step at a time. One major challenge that I have right now, because yeah, this college is very new. I
Is it
joined this
private?
college 3 years,
Is it private
4 years.
or
This is a local municipal college, public
okay?
college. Yeah. Yeah. So 4 years ago, and I was with DepEd before, but I resigned DepEd, and I explored the world because I grew up in the barrio all my life, and I grew up in Talibon. I have never seen a world outside Talibon. So when I gained that maturity, I went outside of Talibon, and now that I had that experience, I went back to Talibon, and luckily the college in our municipality opened, and I'm just so happy with the new experience and so in love with the work. However, one of the major challenges I have right now that I would like to share out of the many is we have this student. He has been into um, drugs before, and he admit that he has been into programs of rehabilitation like that. And there is just something about mental issues with him. Um, he has this intention to really pass the subject, do the activities, but the answers is way out of the context. So he is failing literally in all of his subjects, but we cannot fail him. So we're doing very special program for that person. We're really hoping that he will drop, but he is not dropping. In fact, he is always the first one to submit his work. So yeah, we're just doing different programs for different type of students here, because again, these students are coming from families and places where they cannot afford an online platform like this. So yeah, it's basically the challenge. And with the teaching, I'm just so in love with this profession. This is the profession that I dreamed of. And with the experience that I have outside the school, I first saw traffic light after college. We don't have that in Talipon. I saw one first in Tagbilaran, and we took pictures of that in the traffic light. It's awesome. Well, anyways, that's the type of students we have, and yeah, we're most of the time we're just on the textbooks, on instructional materials, but now we're trying to, with my experience and with this experience that I have with my classmates are from the US. They're awesome. They're sharing a lot, and they're sharing about how advanced technology in their places. I mean, I'm just excited to share it also to our school and to implement it to our school. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing. Must be a good experience to have to hear and to have exchange of materials, instructional materials, and so on, LMs from different schools and especially from abroad and from the locals. I hear that Mr. Inad here has been helping out also in the IT. So I'll put you on the hot seat now, Mr. Enad. I've been to your school several times, and I've
And I was not around.
interacted with a lot of the other graduate students there and talked to some of your students. So let's hear it from you.
All right. Once again, good morning, everyone. Actually, to teach was not at all the plan. The plan was to use my degree to jumpstart my career. So after graduation, I immediately applied in a BPO and worked there for 7 years before moving to DepEd in 2013. So I just celebrated my 8th year in DepEd last June 2021. It was a good thing that I had a part-time stint, teaching stint in one of the computer colleges in Cebu before DepEd because I was able to hone my lesson delivery skills. Had I not have that opportunity, perhaps it would be very difficult for me considering the 7 years gap. Part of my role, though, is to oversee the ICT program implementations in our school, and I'm pretty sure that everyone is aware that ICT implementations in the public is not that very good. Now, so part of my initiatives was to implement a management information system. So I know that some of you are particular with HNUMIS. Basically, the HNUMIS was my inspiration. So I kind of implemented the same system in the school for us to be able to improve on our records management because I saw it really as a challenge. I've been hearing a lot of clamors from my colleagues that the paperworks have been overwhelming them to the point that they have to leave their classes just for them to be able to accomplish the forms and submit reports. So they just have to leave activities. So it affected the teacher student contact time. And I'm pretty sure that we all know that it would really affect the education of our learners. Now, of course, I'd like to thank Holy Name University for that because if not because of the HNUMIS, I wouldn't have the inspiration to develop the same system. And I'm also thankful because it became the jump start for me to be recognized, not just in the division level, but also in the national level. Perhaps it was because of that that the Schools Division Office of Bohol tapped me to lead the Task Force ICT platforms. And as the chairperson, I had to plan out and conduct ICT related trainings to upskill my colleagues' capacities to be ready with the demands of the new normal in teaching. Last year, we were able to even conduct, I guess, that was around 20 webinars and five face-to-face trainings. So we will be able, or I will be able to share what I learned in the aspect of using ICT in teaching. With our webinars, we have a record breaking of 15,000 participants simultaneously. So it was a record breaking really, and that's the reason why we pursued having webinars because it was appreciated by our colleagues in the field. A part of conceptualizing trainings, though, part of my job is to also conceptualize and implement programs to improve the service delivery of the division. So just recently, we launched the SDO Bohol HRMS, or the SDO Bohol Human Resource management system. Basically, it is a system that is tailor fitted to address the demands of the human resource. I know that I have colleagues here in DepEd, and I'm pretty sure that it is quite a challenge with DepEd Bohol because you already have submitted your records, your information is with DepEd. But if you, say, for example, claim your salary, if you're not part of payroll, that you would have to resubmit these documents just for you to be able to get your salary. And if you apply for promotion, though DepEd already has these records on their file, they still would really ask you to submit these documents. And I also understand that's because of the fact that they are managing 15,000 records. So to flip through pages on the archives would be very difficult. That's the reason why it was, I thought of having really to implement the human resource management system because part of its feature is to have a central database of all employees in the division of Bohol and to also allow record keeping of information, 201 files of personnel. And just last month, we have added a feature that would allow applicants, prospective applicants of the DepEd Bohol to apply online. So they need not submit their paper pertinent documents to schools. They just go online and then register and submit their documents. And then the process thereafter, we're also transitioned to digital. Interviews were already conducted online, and then the assessment of documents were also conducted online. So this year, I could really say that there has been a huge improvement in the service delivery, and it was perhaps because of the pandemic. So, and I guess that's also one of the reasons why they tapped me to lead that particular task force. Now, I still have a lot of programs actually on my mind to implement to SDO Bohol. And I'm just hoping that I will be able to really implement these things. I know that I have a lot of friends telling me that I'm only a teacher too, and I'm not paid that much to do these things. But I kind of, I don't know, but I just wanted to really to really do the job despite the what do you call that, the compensation gap. So I'm still pursuing my programs and hopefully be able to have these implemented, and for these thoughts to be materialized, and hopefully God will continue to provide me with good health, because without it, it may be very impossible for me to have these implemented um, in the near future. And hopefully, with God's grace, I will be able to, because it's not just going to be for me, but also for my colleagues in the department, particularly in the division of law. I guess that's it. Have I talked too much?
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you also graduated from HNU, your undergrad?
Yes, ma'am. I took a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in computer education.
Christina is the practicing teacher,
Okay.
Yes.
critic teacher, right?
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing. And we have, last but not the least, Mr. Robin Parohino.
Hey, good morning once again. So my experience is different or opposite from the experience of Mr. Neil, because I started my teaching career at in one of the public universities here in Bohol from 2015 to 2017. And since I am not from that particular place, naas ako ang feeling bitaw nga maglong gihapon sa ako ang yuta ang natawan. So me and my wife decided to apply in the DepEd, and fortunately we got accepted at the same time. The same po ang school nga amo ang nadawatan. So from 2017, yes ma'am, until now we are here in my alma mater in Biabas Trade High School. And from the very start, nga makaingon ko is that very different ang aside from learning environment, because way back in my first 3 years of teaching, most of my students are murag kaedad na nako, or some of them are maguwang pa nako, and most of them are in the field of electricity, fisheries, and food technology. So my first year in teaching in DepEd is that adjustment period, because particularly in the academics, because students in college, I can really compare, is that they are really into the deadlines. Unlike in our departments, karon is especially in making the grades, ang teacher pa murag magsigig contact sa mga bata, mutawag, tawagon attention, murag kita pa magkonta nga, uy, submit na kay human nag-deadline. So murag ingon na naton pamaagi mo na usa ka challenge na ko nga as a teacher karon nga kuan is murag kita pag magsig apas bitaw to let the students submit their lacking requirements, which is I haven't experienced that one during my college teaching years. So this time murag mao naman gyud, mao naging nila ngano na enter kada nga department, so murag ma-immune na kuan nga ang mga bata ako na mag-apas nga magmakaloy nga hala submit na yung taon mo kay ting submit as grado. So murag ingon na so mao yun ay number 1 nako nga challenges or challenge nga na encounter. Ikaduha, the dedicatedness or the dedication, I mean, of the students when we talk about the learning environment, because as we all know that in college murag na nasa ato ang init nga kuan na gina serious na gina kay para na gina sa future. But here depende na sa maestra mo na dili sa DepEd pataasay og pasensya. Kay if mabuang yung pasensya, you are not really dili ka para sa DepEd kuno mubukag pasensya. And dugangan pa gyud sa ato ang sitwasyon karon that we adapted the modular learning modality nga ang mag-abot ang module sa bata na tagduha tagtulo ka semana o sa ipasa o sa kuhaon, but dili man pod pwede dili dawaton kay naningkamot man pod ang bata. So submit, inigkuan, check, record, inig-submit na pod mura pog mauwahi nga Inigtan-aw nimo nga imbis nga imuhang mind inig-check murag naka-program na ma-memorize na nimo ang answer unya mo submit lain na pud nga module, so murag na used to na ta ng panahon na, so mao nagingon nga adapt nato karon. And so far with the environment aside from the students, the colleagues, I can say that mas maayo din ning magtrabaho ta duol ta sa ato ang tugkaran or sa ato ang yuta na tawon kay murag feel pud nimo nga nara pud ka sa inyong balay. So I guess that's all with my experience as a teacher in university and in DepEd. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think everyone has already shared. I'm bringing everyone in, including the Maggie here, Christy, and Alfred, so everybody can see our glow, our beautiful faces. Ma'am Pabalan is watching and she's supposed to be in this panel, so you better log into Zoom now, Ma'am Pabalan, so you can say hi to your students here in Zoom, not just in Facebook. So we have here the mix of local and international students, including the former teachers from HNU, like Maggie here, Alfred, and Ma'am Christy, and the students that they are currently enrolled in together in PhD in educational management. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, so I'll like to show Christina here for everybody who have not followed us in the previous episode. Say hi, Ma'am Chris. Ma'am Chris.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. To Mexico. And we have Alfred. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, and we have Maggie.
Hi.
Say hi. Okay, I forgot to ask before we move on to your modality, just a quick round. Ma'am Norma, you graduated from your undergrad?
Undergrad in Bukidnon State University.
Okay.
And my in Cebu Normal University.
Okay, thank you very much. And Ma'am Cecilia?
I graduated my bachelor's degree in Mindanao State University, Ligan Institute of Technology, MSU IIT, and I went to 2 different master's program because I came here when I only had half credits. I started in Cebu Normal University, and then I had the modular online in Southwestern University.
Okay, thank you very much. Ma'am Chana, undergrad and master's?
I finished my bachelor's degree in psychology in University of San Carlos. And then, I did not think of going into teaching, but my fate just changed. So I moved on to take education in University of Visayas, and then took my master's also there.
Okay, thank you very much. And Ma'am Anne, sorry.
And Annabelle.
Yes. So I got my undergrad from Mindanao State University, Marawi City. Yes, and a Bachelor of Science in Education, major in math. And my master's, I have 2 schools as well. So I started in St. Columban College in Pagadian City, finished my credits and all that. Couldn't do my thesis writing, so until I get here. And then so continued, finished it in Agusan Institute of Technology, my thesis writing. And then here I am in HNU for my PhD, and I'm excited. Really excited to be here. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. And Mr. Nad, you already said you were in HNU undergrad. Your master's also?
No, I took up my first master's at Bohol LSA University. That was Master of Arts in Education, major in Educational Management. And after that, I took up Master of Information Systems at the University of the Philippines Open University. And after graduating last year, I moved to Holy Name University again.
Okay, thank you very much. And Ma'am Florenda, HNU, right?
Yeah. Mom, actually, I had a long history of HNU experience. First year high school, I was in night class. Then second year high school, day class. And then 2 years in
What's your
Valencia. Then
undergrad?
college, undergrad in Heleneum University, masteral also Heleneum University, and now postgraduate Heleneum University.
Your undergrad was what year? I'm sorry.
1980, ma'am, I graduated Bachelor of Arts, major in philosophy, and then my masteral in English.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Neil Cajes?
I graduated my bachelor's degree here in Talibon, Blessed Trinity College.
Okay.
Then, yeah, and I also graduated my master's degree at Holy Name University.
Okay, thank you very much. And Mr. Parohino?
Okay, so I graduated my bachelor's degree in Baisu main campus, and in my master's degree in Mater Dei College in Tubigon.
Yes, oh, that's our former president, Father Camacho's school also. And Ma'am Norma, did I talk to you already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Ma'am Cecilia also? Okay, now let's move on to your graduate studies in postgrad, your PhD at Holy Name University. Tell us about your experience. What is the modality? How challenging, how fun it is, and what are your memorable experiences, your favorite teachers? I'm sorry. Anything goes here. With the hope that we can share insights about what you're doing to all those who are watching and listening. Watch us later, watch us live, and encourage them to also pursue the doctoral program at HNU. Let's start with Ma'am Chona.
Yeah. Why HNU?
Not yet. Tell us about share to us about what you do in that graduate program at HNU that you're enrolled in.
Okay.
Highlights.
Currently, summer school is really tough, I would say, because the pace is really fast. The pacing is really fast, and if you're working summer school the same time teaching, then yeah, it's a lot of work. It's not just, I would say it's not for the faint of heart to just enroll graduate school and like, okay, I'm going to do this. No, it's a lot of work. And I do appreciate that I owe that to the teachers, because I don't expect that it will be just easy. So it's a good balance of learning something, and at the same time having learning from other from my classmates also. I really have fun learning from not only here but also having classmates back in Philippines. It's just like being back at home. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And you have been enrolled for how many semesters now?
This is my second.
Okay.
Yeah, I started last October. Yeah, and then my favorite teachers.
Don't say it.
Dr. Delicino is my favorite
teacher.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Anyone can just chime in. Can we hear it from Mom Florenda?
Yes, ma'am. I think the very nice thing I could share about the graduate is first is it's a challenging one. I mean, the challenge because I get to really like squeeze my mind out, especially the summer. I would say you really have to really have a tough balance between my work and the assignments and everything. But if I'm given the platform to really voice out my mind, I would really love. I love all the teachers' approach in the engagement interactions, but I would really love the engagement doing like this video, not just the purely written thing, because I would love to hear from my classmates, especially the one in the US. You could hardly have that when you just do the plain written like submission of that, because especially that we have our international teachers, we want to hear from them. And then in writing, it's you are limited, your ideas are a little bit confined. So I love all my teachers, to be honest, but I have the top three favorite teachers. Number one is Sir Golosino at its best, because
Wow.
I love the interaction. Yes, to be honest, the interaction, inputs, and everything, and we have the freedom to express ourselves and the timing, traffic of everything, the engagement. I love everybody, and I love Mom Pamalan also because she's also very interactive, and my and Mom Zalwaga, there was a time also, and of course Sir Legitimas. The rest also, I know I have great respect for all of them, but I am the kind of person, I'm a talk kind of person. I do writing because I'm also a writer, but I am more inclined of a talking like discussion like this, because we are learning more from the interactions orally than just merely like written. And to be honest with you, H in Human is already my home. So I am already harnessed, polished, and challenged to the level, because I should say myself, I'm getting used to this since high school. This is my home. So I am just trying to embrace whatever is like the challenge. But I have also my wish, like because I still have a long way to go. I am enrolled for 2 semesters yet, so I have a long way to the postgraduate degree. But and I will be meeting again my other teachers also. Maybe they're handling another subject, but I would really love from my heart engagements. Like I would like to see them, their face, and I love to see them talk. Interaction like this, what we are doing, because I would really love to know my classmates, not only like academically, but because it's nice to really study and you're enjoying the company of your classmates. We have established a good batch bonding actually, ma'am, to be honest with you. We're having plans because although it's very tough, but we are inspired because we are there as a family. And this is the nice thing ever. Friendship to the maximum level, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Inan. Sir Fernando, tell us about your graduate program, your doctoral program, the modality, and how do you like it? And, what are the high moments and the challenges?
All right, thank you, Ma'am Vera. Yeah, having classes online or via blended distance learning modality is not really new to me since my second master's was purely online at University of the Philippines Open University. So I was used though with asynchronous type of delivery, which was how HNU Graduate School offered it initially. But recently, a lot of our instructors now have shifted or had it mixed with synchronous delivery, though there were no challenges on my part. But if there's one thing that is memorable to me, that is being able to be classmates with folks in the US, which has made the class exciting. The exchange of ideas was just overwhelming. But you would surely learn a lot, especially Ma'am Anna, Ma'am Maggie. They really share a lot, and you really learn a lot from them. Also with Sir Alfred. Um, to the point that the 1 hour or 2 hour class is not even enough, that we need to extend, especially with the class of Dr. Golosino, because the topic was so engaging. I was just so fortunate that Sir Golosino is willing to extend his time just to be able to also address other needs aside from the topics that were supposed to be outlined in the syllabus. And with the expert instructors facilitating the class, I believe everyone would agree that you couldn't ask for more. That's it.
Thank you very much. Sir Neil?
Yes, this online platform of Holy Name University gave me a first-hand experience of how is it to be a student during this online program. When pandemic started, I had this first-hand experience of how is it to be an instructor. And it was challenging. It's a lot challenging. But Holy Name University gave me that first-hand experience of being a student, and it's twice challenging. Yeah, but on the other side, I'm really loving it. This is what I said. If you wanted real learning, if you wanted a real deal, if you wanted growth, you have to be in this school. this is because they really mean business. They really mean learning, quality education. They will not just give you modules and have it answered, and will just give you the grades and certificate. It's not about that. You have to give time. You have to study. You have to be a student. And they don't care about you being an instructor. They will just give you the activity that you have to do. and sometimes you get to have the feeling of, oh, I am a student. I am a student. I get to be reminded every time I check my email of Holy Name University. I get to be reminded that I am a student, because sometimes at work, I am an instructor. And I check my email. Oh my God, I have a lot of activities to submit. And one good thing about my education time, because I was not really planning to enroll, because I thought it would be very challenging, but I'm really happy I did, because I'm part of this batch. It's the best thing that happened to me in this class, to be part of this awesome, amazing batch of classmates who are very humble. I mean, I love this line that if you wanted to become a winner, you have to be with the winners. And I just really believe that I'm with winners right now. They have won a lot of, challenges in their life. Sir Alfred has been very friendly. He has, he has exerted a lot of effort to reach out to classmates like us who don't talk too much in the group chat. And Ma'am Maggie and all the rest of the classmates, they are just so friendly, and they're making this whole experience a lot of fun. So again, if you wanted real deal in your postgraduate studies, Holy Name is the school to be in.
Thank you very much. Miss Norma?
Hi. I can describe Holy Name University as in the graduate school in 3 letters. CCF means challenging, camaraderie, and fun. I can say challenging when it comes to the summer school, because we have a back-to-back work. I work as a summer school right now. We have the summer graduate school, and I also teach in Baliktor in New York. What is this? Philippine Embassy in New York City. So I joined the Baliktor as a volunteer teachers right there. So it's a back-to-back works right now. But when it comes to, I think, just a positive looking for my classmates with their smile, with their energy, every time that we see even the chat. So it's remind me that I have responsibility to do works as a student. So it's really something I said, I post picture a while ago with a towel in my head, because I have a headache already doing with my work. And it was like 30 years ago being a student. It's really hard for us, like we're doing the same times as a teacher. So, but the challenging, the camaraderie is there, and also fun. When you do this conversation, when you do a lot of talk and engagement, collaboration with everybody, makes more us, give us an energy. And thank you also for our professor who give us also something very exciting, overwhelming, and everything for us. Thank you so much. And I do want to see my favorite. You know who you are. You know, guys, who's my favorite.
You know who he is.
You gotta say it.
Person in the chat.
You is my heart, where my hearts belong, because my relatives is in Bohol, the Sirohi family. Hi, Sirohi's family. So that's why I choose as HNU. I have a lot of friends recruiting me from the other universities, and I also inquire about Cebu Normal University, but I choose HNU because not only for Maggie, but where my heart is. My father is in Kandihay, Bohol, and I miss being there. I miss Kalamay, I miss Tagbilaran, and I hope I can visit after this situation right now. Thank you so much, and see you, Bohol.
Thank you, Miss Cecilia.
Okay, so there are so many advantages of this class, HNU. I mean online, sorry. I'm so lost and I'm so sleepy, but I can manage. All right, so it's more on, it's not just academic help within my classmates. I really love this batch of people here that you see in the screen. We do not just help academically, especially during this summer that we do not have a synchronous class. We don't have synchronous classes except for Mandarin. We always have asynchronous, and you know, the disadvantage of having asynchronous class is if you do not understand the topic, you have no one else to ask but Google. Now, Google does not always answer you directly, does not really help. It's a one-way, sometimes questioning, but then with this group, we do not just help that part of question, we also support emotional aspect, because a lot of us get stressed. Some of us has their own personal struggle also, that, but each one of us uplift someone. Some of us want to quit, and there are other classmates here that always try to help you up, or when you're almost crawling, then someone is picking you up. No, we have to do this together because we are going to graduate together. And this is what I really appreciate with this group. Now, when it comes to favorite teacher, we started February, and this person is the most professional, the most intelligent I've ever encountered. And I think it's majority of us know. When you overtalk, he will stop you, but not make you feel offended. So, and then he always has, he's just a walking dictionary to me. And I think you already know this, Mr. Golosino.
Thank you very much for sharing. And that's a positive feedback. And everyone's watching, I hope, and watching us, and or synchronously or asynchronously later. So your ideas, your feedback will be much appreciated, and will reach them eventually. So who else has not said anything? Mr. Robin?
Me.
Okay.
I'll get back to you, Anne, after Robin.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
So, okay, I enroll H. Yes. So I choose HNU because I know that this is the place where it will develop my skills, not just in my knowledge, attitudes, but also in my management skills. And I also love this batch, particularly but because of our conversation, sharing of ideas, particularly in different subjects. It seems that ngagauban lang gihapon may, because their ideas adds with our ideas. So I really love that there is a collaboration of ideas, particularly in the subject nga mura nagkalisod bitaw meron, particularly sa subject ni Atty. Duroy, no, nga murag usang tuig, murag butuig bitaw kay nga naman makakuan gid siya, makakutaw gyud sa kuan sa huna-huna. But fortunately, we shared ideas, but these ideas also will help us to answer our queries with our questions with the subject. And I also love the teachers in HNU because despite of the challenges, despite of this learning modality, they try their best to explain if ever we have questions regarding with our subject. They replied with our questions and explained with our comments. And that's all, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, Miss Anne, your turn.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for not forgetting about me. Well, why
of course.
Thank you. So when I started in February. So we're in the same group. We call it, when I was in college, block. We call it when you're together. So we're in the same block. I have a lot of apprehensions and expectations. I've been out of school for 20 years, almost 20 years. And then, so to be back to school, you know, it feels like you're starting over. And it was, I would say I had an amazing experience being with HNU. The fact that I had the best teachers I had in that semester. Uh, I agree with Mom Flo. I really love this kind of instruction where we can talk, where we can engage, we can discuss, because it's not just learning academically, but we're bonding at the same time. But I appreciate the teachers last semester because they actually made accommodations to us, especially in the US, because the time is not different, the same, where we have 12-hour difference. And for us to be up whole night to meet the time in the Philippines, so it was not easy. But the fact that they accommodate, they find time so that we're actually like finding teacher that is not doing the instruction today, and then we're gonna tell that teacher we're gonna do our discussion because Dr. Duroy is not gonna have a class, so Dr. Pabalan, we gotta have a class. So I appreciate and I totally respect my teachers last semester, and I had a lot of fun. The modality, so me, I'm a teacher. So the way I motivate my students is to give them feedback. One thing that I would say why I like this teacher, because he actually being so mindful in his and the time. This is the only class that we actually finished on time, and I am so into that. Finish the class on time, actually have our grades on time, which is 30 minutes. He promised to us, okay, 30 minutes after our class, you guys will get your grade. That is one thing that really amazes me. Dr. Galazino, you're the best. And you know, when this is the only class we finished on time, because as Cecil said, he is very mindful. He makes sure that everybody is able to speak in that class. And it's just, and I had this in my report, like you just have the quality process, you know, when you're conducting your class, you have that quality process, make sure that the reporters are done, and then you have the conversation and make sure that everybody is able to talk. Another thing is, I wish, and I know we want conversation, we want discussion, but I really wish that this summer school is tough. Like we've been back to in-person teaching this summer, but me, I like challenges. I like to be busy. I don't like downtime. So the work is fine, but I wish that we will be given feedback with all the assignments that we submitted, because as teachers, that's how I motivate my students. I wish that if we submit an assignment, we could have a feedback or grade. How did we do? You know, it's just that it's a lot of assignments piling up every day, but 2 assignments were graded or 1 assignment is graded. I mean, we all are teachers and we all are students. We have work to do, but that's all. I wish the modality we could do that, and that would actually motivate everyone. I think I'm just not speaking about myself. I think everybody. So I know it's tough to have online, to have face-to-face discussion like this because of the time difference, but just having once in 1 month or once in, well, summer is over. So, but I mean,
Yeah.
next semester, I wish we could do that.
Thank
That's
you very
my-
much. Anybody else wasn't said anything except for the previous panelists? Okay, so I let me summarize the modality. Is you're still on Google Classroom. The teachers put their stuff on stream online and the assignments on there. And then you also have as a support, like, and then the teachers also put their examinations there. And I think what I'm getting is that the group also has a group chat that you interact among yourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but the teachers are not there. The teachers are mainly on Google Class. Some have used Google Meet and some use Zoom, I believe. And then you put on your answers on
just
there.
Google Meet, not Zoom. Yeah.
Not Zoom.
We have
Google
class
Meet.
in the Google Classroom.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. But so there's some that are synchronous, some who are asynchronous, largely asynchronous, I believe, because that is our standard when we said if one student cannot get synchronous, then everybody gets asynchronous. But I guess when we get help and then we can access the stuff online, then that's what we do. But I hope that the others who are watching are able to get the idea that we have this program at HNU, the graduate program, master's and PhD are now in this, especially during the pandemic, starting to be on, we actually have, we call it HNU Edge. Edge Print, Edge Digital, Edge Online, Edge of, and stuff like that. So, and that's what we're doing. Thank you very much for sharing all your experiences. And the time check, it's 10:30. We're an hour and a half into this. And so I want to thank you for, I know it's past bedtime for most of you, for some of you, especially for those in the US. But very quickly, just a one-line answer. Why enroll at HNU? And I'd like to invite the last three, the first three before, to say the last three later. So just one line. Why enroll in a PhD or master's or graduate school program at HNU? And I'll start with Anne.
Sound, Anne.
Sorry. So it's actually Maggie. She's my my sister in my other mom. So
Yes.
it was just, yeah, so it was just on Facebook. She posted something. I know this is not one line. She posted something and then somebody responded to that, and so I actually looked at it, and Maggie include me, and it was just something like sparked at that moment. I actually was planning to enroll in a master's program here for school building leader in New York, but I changed my mind. I want to try HNU, and then we recruited everybody around in the area. So that's how I ended up in HNU. And to be honest, I enjoyed it. I loved it, and I want to pursue and finish my PhD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I heard that you have to take your what's it called, the test again here. So you will all have to come home to take your comprehensive exam.
Comprehensive. Actually, we're already excited. Miss Vera, to be honest.
Okay. Our other program, which is the EDURD, Executive Diploma in Urban and Rural Development, is in partnership with Golden Gate University in San Francisco. So their graduation will be there, but yours, you're coming home. So the students are based here and they go there to graduate or to tour. But you are all coming here, coming home, be reunited with your
oh my God,
classmates. And
I just hope it's gonna be like somewhere spring break or summer break here.
Yes.
Okay.
Or summer.
Okay, and then we'll have we'll hear it from Mr. Robin Parohinog. Wala pa? Yes, sir.
Yes, so if you really want to be provided with relevant and innovative quality education to prepare your career development and goals, so I encourage everyone to enroll in HNU. particularly in the postgraduate department. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we have Mr. Neil Ahes.
Yes, this online program in HNU was really, it made the world smaller because we have these classes for other side, but made the classroom even bigger and powerful. So if you want to experience that amazing experience in your postgraduate studies and really learn and grow, I really inviting you all to check out and be part of the Holy Name University. And also, why Holy Name? Because really I wanted to be a witness to the word.
Hey, wow. Thank you very much. Miss Chona?
Okay. Because it's not just because of Miss Maggie that I enrolled in HNU, but mostly because I checked the school first, because I being a graduate from University of San Carlos, and then checked that, oh, this is a sister school of University of San Carlos. So when I think of the quality of the education, I thought I really think that it's the same quality that I received from my previous school, and I would say that, yeah, it helps to build of learning quality education. So that's why I enrolled in HNU.
Thank you very much. Mr. Enad, Fernando Enad.
Yes, HNU has a fair share of what I am now. It was with HNU that I learned computer programming. It was with HNU that I learned how to teach using an array of teaching methodologies. So if you saw me as an accomplished person, and if you want to realize your dreams while enshrined with values and morality, HNU is the best institution for you.
Thank you very much. Miss Norma.
I love It's in You. It's in You is a family. It's like family for me. And I have five candidates. They're waiting for enrollment for the next semester. I recruited them last week, and they're willing, but because of the center that they're like busy this time. So by semester, they're so excited to come in to see It's in You, because I shared them to them how, based on my experience. So I said I am proud of being in part of the It's in You. So my friends coming soon. There were like 5. And I recruited Peggy Santillian, and she enrolled during the summer.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Cecilia?
So there were 3 schools offered, because a lot of, maybe over 20 Filipino teachers here in the Bronx are enrolling doctoral degree. Yeah. There are 2 schools in Cebu City, and Ma'am Norma mentioned Holy Name University. I said, where is Holy Name University? That was my reaction. I said, I'm not interested. I'm happy with my life. And then she said, it's a sister's school of San Carlos University. Now, when you hear University of San Carlos, they provide quality education. So that's what I'm expecting with Holy Name University. That is why I enrolled. I chose University, Holy Name University out of the 3 schools, because I know they can provide quality education.
Okay, thank you very much, and I hope that we have lived up to your expectations. Did we hear from everybody except the last 3?
Florenda, Ma'am Nasa. I have not.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, hello world. So if you speak of HNU, I am the living proof of how HNU nurtured me. With HNU, you are in safe hands. You can soar high, you can spread your wings high, you can go, grow, and glow. And you can grow as a person, a teacher, and a leader, and make a difference to the world. HNU, go, go, go.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And then the ones instrumental and binding together have 1 foot in HNU, 1 foot in the US, so and have been instrumental in inviting everyone, especially in this pandemic. They've been really insistent on how I told them that they told me that you have been invited. You will be in the next group. So we have the second round. So I want to thank Maggie, Christy, and Alfred for putting this together and
You're welcome, Vera.
the conversation. So Maggie, last words from these three.
Oh, so as I've said, there's always collaboration and it's still going on and we're looking forward to the next semester. It's good to go through this in the legit way where we have to be students once again. But also because we really work hard, I would be with Annabelle to say that we also want to have feedback because feedback is going to make us improve ourselves. And because we are feeling it like really students at this time beyond our jobs and it would really help us if there are also educators that are aware that we need a little pat in the back when we get it right and we need to have clarifications when we get it wrong. So expecting pressure, teachers, but we really are expecting as we give our best. We also want to have feedback because there's always room for growth. That I believe. Yes, thank you.
Christy?
Okay, YHNU. So the same with the rest of them. Like Florenda and myself were together in first year high school. I was very shy. I don't talk even if you're going to step on my foot. But HNU helped me to get out of my shell, develop my talents, develop my potentials. And I never realized that I have this opportunity to be on the other side of the world. So HNU was able to hone me to be the best person that I can be, especially in the teaching field.
And last but not the least, we have Alfred.
Thank you, Vera. And the only thing, I have some 3 points, short one. The program in HNU for the graduate school is very, very accessible. That's what we need this time. And it's also very comprehensive curriculum, challenging. We have knowledgeable professors. Aside from HNU, is my alma mater from high school, college to master's and this time. And it is also very affordable. And I want to invite everybody also to enroll to HNU. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. And shout out to all those that you have recruited and will be enrolling in the next semesters. I've already heard several names floated. I also invite the teachers who were with me at the East Side Union High School District in San Jose, California, because they're also watching and hopefully they will also enroll at HNU. And all the students that you also invited for masters, Mr. Anand, you were saying the others that were under me have also been recruited. So thank you very much. You are the inspiration to the younger generation all those who are on the track on the under masteral and doctoral programs. So whatever you do, whatever your steps now or whatever inspiring things and lively things you're doing, they will be they are following your footsteps, your footprints. So I hope that they will also be inspired to join us. By the way, I'd like to announce here that last night we didn't have so much sleep because we were monitoring the PRC results, and we are very pleased and happy to announce that we have a sixth placer in the boards, and that's Neil Royeras, what is it, Orojuela. So congratulations, Neil. And we have an 82.85% passing percentage in the national boards, the July 3 and 4 2021 board examinations. So congratulations. And We are so very proud and happy of that performance. There was a question earlier about having a third round. Why not? Third, fourth, we have this Zoom account for 1 year and we've just used it for like how many months in the so far. So we have access to it. So if your professors also want to use it, they can feel free to just let us know that we can also set that up. So yes, we can have a 2 or 3 panel or 5. Doesn't matter, but we'll look forward to that. Thank you very much for mentioning that. Hill has already enrolled. Alfred, is that what you said?
Yes, he enrolled yesterday. He's from California. So
Yes. Okay. So
And
look forward to that. So we'll say this is where the conversation ends. And thank you very much for watching. This has been Vera Villucido, the Marketing and Advertising Officer of Holy Name University. I'm bringing everybody in just so we can see our beautiful faces. You can screenshot if you like, but this will be, this has been recorded and I will share this with you also. This will also be uploaded in YouTube, our YouTube channel. The Facebook Live will be there forever, and the audio files will be in DYJR for everyone to hear, and hopefully on Spotify. Thank you very much for watching. I'll keep this on for a little bit, but let me play the audio of the Holy Name University. So, and then you can